In this video we're going to look at how we can bet and lay horses in two place markets in Betfair. As an example, we could bet in a place market that pays out to 3 places and then lay at lower odds in another place market that pays out to 4 places, and so we would have bet odds bigger than lay odds. So if we hit a runner that gets placed, we have bet winnings, and our lay payout will be smaller than our bet winnings, so we'll have profit. Now the effect of doing this is that we only make a loss if we hit a horse that places 4th in the market that plays out to 4 places, because we won't have a bet on that runner. So the potential loss is on just one horse. That is the horse that finishes in the extra place of the second market, in this example in 4th place. We could also bet in a market that paid out to 4 places if it was a handicap, and lay in the other market that paid out to 5 places. Now the way to do this is to stake at level stakes, but with commission built into the lay side of the trade. Then if we hit an unplaced horse, that's a horse that doesn't finish in this example in the first 3, and it also doesn't finish in the first 4, we have a losing bet, but because we have built commission into the lay side of the trade, our successful lay wins back enough to cover our losing bet, so we lose 0. So profit from using this method comes from runners that are placed in the market in which we place our bet. If our runners are not placed, we break even, and if we hit the extra place runner, we have payout, we make a loss. Okay. Now we'll take a look at what happens if we bet and lay more than one runner in our two markets. Now payout is only on the 4th place horse in our example of a 3 runner market for our bet and paying out on 4 runners for our lays. Any other place horses that we manage to hit will be in profit, and any that are unplaced that we bet and laid will break even. If we bet and lay more than one runner, any payout on a 4th place runner that we hit is reduced by the profit from the other runners that we managed to get placed. Now these runners that we get unplaced, we don't want to be wasting our time betting and laying those for nothing and finish up with 0 if they get unplaced. So to get around that, all we need to do is bias the staking to increase the lay stake a little bit, and then we can have a profit from unplaced runners as well as those that get placed. And don't forget, our payout will only be on the extra place runner. If we bet and laid a 3 market payout race for our bets and a 4 market for our lays, it will be the 4th place horse. And if we bet a 4th place payout market and laid a 5 place payout market, it will be the 5th place horse. So by biasing our staking a little bit, we can have profit from place horses and also unplaced horses as well. Now I've got a warning here about all these kinds of trades across 2 horse racing markets. So the warning is here that avoiding the extra place runner carries risk, and there will be losing trades as well as winning trades, of course. To make this pay best, you need to hit horses that place, but do not place in the extra place lay market. Okay, so let's go ahead and have a look at the spreadsheet. Right, I've got a race in from yesterday at Warwick, 5 o'clocker, and these were some early odds, so we'll delete a few of these runners. To clear the sheet, just delete anything in the first 3 columns there. Right, we're left with just one horse. Right, so we need to bet and lay this horse in the there were 9 runners, so this was a 3 runner payout for the normal place market, and the extra place 4 place runners. So enter a bet stake there, and as you enter that stake, there will be a lay stake shown as well at the other side. Now that includes commission. If I remove commission, set that to 0, you can see the two bets, the bet and the lay stakes are both the same size. So I put that back up to 5%. You see that there's some commission now added onto the lay stake, so that if we hit a unplaced runner with our bet and we lose our bet, we get the total stake back from our successful lay each time. So if we were betting and laying this first horse, the one at the top of the market, we would go into the 3 place payout market and bet our £10 in there, and then go to the 4 place market and lay 10.53 in there. Now if that horse is placed, that is what we win if it's in the first 3. And that is the lay liability of the place lay. So the result of that hedge is over here. So if we bet and lay at those odds, and we get placed, that will be the payout. Now if it's 4th place with this lay, we have a losing £10 bet, and we have that lay liability to pay out, so we would lose £14.21 in this example. So you can see from that this isn't a very good one to trade, because if it gets placed we only get £1.59, and if we're unlucky and hit 4th place we lose £14.21. Now an indication of that is in this column F here. Now this is some odds that are worked out. If we were to lay with that stake for those liabilities, that is the odds that we would be laying at. So these are in this yellow column here, has nothing to do with what's in Betfair on the Betfair screens. It's an indication of the value of trading this bet and lay. So if you get, that's odds of 9.99 after commission. So if you get something down at 3 or 4 or something, and you get a better profit and less lay liability, you'll be able to see which of your runners is better value than the others. Over on the right here we have 3 columns for working out your profit or loss. So if your horse is placed, put a P in there, and you'll see what your profit would be in the bet market and your lay liability in the lay market. And up at the top there, if you had a few runners, they would be, all the profits and losses would be added together, and you'd be able to see the total after commission of the whole of your trade there at J2. So that's about all there is to this sheet. So here we are now with all our runners back in, and the thing to do with this is put the names of your runners in and just go down one market and type in all the odds that you're interested in. You might not be interested in them all, you might only want to fancy laying 1 or 2, and then go to the other place market and type in the lay odds as well, and then have a look at these odds and see which are the most suitable for you. The shortest ones are that one for that runner Eamon Anconiok, or whatever that's called, and also look at these liabilities, because you wouldn't want to be getting what looks like some decent odds but getting some massive liabilities over at this side here. Now these have not shown any odds here because this was early, and these odds for these 2 runners at the bottom are showing a loss, so the spreadsheet doesn't put any odds in for those if you've got a red loss there. So if we were to trade maybe 3 of these, we might go for the 3 lowest odds, and if we get placed with that one, for instance, we would make £3. If it was unlucky and hit the 4th place, we would lose £11.74. That one would make £2.68 and possibly lose £11.63, and that one we would win £3.22 and possibly lose £15.79. Now if we did all those 3 and hit 4th place with one of them, the profit from the other 2, if we hit hit fourth place with that one, for instance, the profit from the other two would be taken off of that loss. So we wouldn't lose the whole 74. We would get another £5 or £6 there. So the loss wouldn't be all of that if we did more than one runner. So if we were to get these placed, for instance, we could put a P in there and say we got that one placed as well. We would then see that if we managed to get those two placed, these will be our profits in the bet market, and those would be our liabilities in the lay market. Combine those, take the commission off the winnings, then combine them, and we'll finish up with £5.68 profit on the whole trade. Now if we hit a fourth place with one of those, say that one finished fourth, put an E in there for the extra place. Sorry, I haven't explained those. Put a P in for a placed runner, U for unplaced, and E if we hit the extra runner. Now the extra runner causes our losing bet, and also that £10.79 lay liability from the place market. So combine those in the bet market, that would be a profit, take the commission off, and then also take off these lay liabilities, and we finish up with minus £9.86 on the whole trade. So this is a nice easy way of working out what your profit or loss will be in Betfair, rather than you having to work it out on paper or on your calculator. Now if your runners are unplaced, put a U in there for unplaced, you lose your £5 bet in the bet market, but you have a successful lay of £5.26, so we bet that up there on each of our runners. So after commission you break even and lose nothing. Now you wouldn't want to waste your time doing a load of betting and laying and coming out with nothing, so there's a cell there where you can add a percentage of your bet stake to your lays. So if we put 10% on there, we put a 10 in, that increases the lay stake up to 579, and now when we hit a unplaced runner, we make a bit more make 579 on our lay, which gives us an extra 50 pence, which is 10% of our £5 bet stake. So if we hit unplaced runners, we gain 50 pence each time. So if we hit an unplaced runner with another one there, we get another 50 pence, and we finish up with £1. So if you manage to get one placed as well, your profits go up a little bit more. So there we are, £3.87 now. And of course, if you hit one that's the extra runner, you get a big loss, and things come down a little bit, £5 minus £5.95. So you can see how it goes. Now you may want to increase, I'll just demonstrate this. You may want to increase this profit a bit, so you might put that up to 20%, and then you can see that instead of an unplaced runner getting you just 50 pence for your £5 bet, it gets you £1 instead. Now the consequences of that are that your odds increase, your fictitious odds, because your profit has gone down from your hedge trade if you hit a place runner. If you just keep your eye on those, I'll just reduce that to 0, and you'll see those alter from 17.83 and 72 pence down to 6.75 and up to £1.90. So biasing your staking up there changes the what you see in these columns here, but you'll get used to that as you use the sheet. Okay.